Hello and good evening to Lottie, Dottie, everybody. This is Tim Day coming to you guys from the Bullish Bears team. Today is Thursday, April the 13th, and it is now 5:51 p.m. And I wanted to do a quick video, as I normally do, try to give you guys some updates throughout the week. And this is just my update on the outlook of our current market situation. And I'll go over the S&P gold index. We'll take a look at crude oil, and also we'll go over my latest scan that I did on today, and my outlook of the market. Okay, start with the S&P 500. As you can see, this is the daily chart of the S&P 500 as of now. A couple things I want to point out on this chart, and I'm actually going to go to an annotated version so I can highlight a couple things that I want you guys to actually notice and see. First of all, we started at the top of the chart. You notice that right now the S&P had a drop today of 0.68%. And if you take a look at the current direction, we were in the overbought area for quite some time. Stock rose. The S&P rose above the 50 line of the RSI. It's been up there for quite some time. But what it's doing now, it is slowly but surely trickling down. Coming out of the overbought area, looks like it's headed towards the oversold area. Okay, so it looks like the bears are attempting to take over the market for now. So, and as you can see, if you look down here, it shows you price action is doing the same exact thing as the RSI, heading downward. And I used a 5-day EMA moving average line, 13-day EMA moving average line, 48-day moving average line, and 200. My 5 is red, my 13 is purple or blue. The golden color or the orange color is my 48. Way below it is my 200. And as you can see, it's starting to break down. And when you have, the lower MEAs starting to cross over the higher MEAs and so on and so forth as they continue to cross, that's just more bearish insight. I also use, you have my 5 crossing over the 13 here. That's a bearish signal. And now you have a dip here below the 48-day moving average line. So price has already dropped below that. That's a bearish signal. Looks like if it continues to go, next line of support we're going to be looking at will be, let's draw a support line here. So we already here already. So that's a good line of support right there. And if we go any further, it's like the next line will be right about here, which will be about $2,300. So we'll keep an eye on that. Let's see how far the S&P goes down, but I think we'll probably break this 2330. Then the next line of support looks like around 2300. And then after that one, we have another line of support right about here. Strong area support there. That's about 20. There's one here also around 2285 somewhere, but this one like it looks a little more stronger because you got the consolidation over here and you got price action here that's bumping up against this wall here, which is resistance when you're on the bottom of it. It's trying to break through it, couldn't break through it there, tried to break through it here, and it finally broke through. So this is a strong area of support, and that's around 2275. If we break that, we can go as low as, and so on and so forth. And this right, if we break this one, go down here, that'll take us right around the 200-day moving average line, which is 2240. So we'll see how that plays out over the coming weeks or so. But as of right now, the market is definitely in a downtrend. Some other key indicators that I like to pay attention to. You see these dotted lines that I have here. This is called the parabolic SARS. There's lines there. These dotted lines here. When they appear, it just gives you another, sense of direction of where the stock is heading or whatever you're looking at is heading. When the dots are on the bottom and they're going upward, that is a sign of an uptrend. So as you can see down here, we had strong uptrend, strong uptrend, strong uptrend. Then it started showing some weakness here. Uptrend up to here, and then the dots, they almost meet each other. The one on the bottom, you get the last dot around about there. Circle this. You get the last dot around about here. And then you have ones on the top that are forming, which is heading downward. That's a sign of a downtrend. So you got strong downward pressure. Got them here again, strong downward pressure. And then we have one that just popped up here. So more than likely that will continue next week. So these dots will continue to go downward, and it'll probably be a big downward move. Okay, so these are called parabolic SAR. The parabolic SAR indicator. Okay, parabolic SAR indicator. That's another one that I like to use that helps you see direction and the strength of the direction. All right. Okay, let's go a little bit further. My moving average lines, as you can see, I have the 5, 13, 48, and 200. Normally when the 13, which is this blue one, purple one, when it crosses this golden one, which is the 48, that's considered a death cross. So it likes death crosses, which means you should start to see some strong downward pressure. If we get a death cross, I expect the S&P to really, speed up, accelerate its downward move. And we'll just have to watch these dailies to see how far they go. Now, so we know that the markets look like they are in a downtrend. Let's take a look and see what gold is doing. So what I'll do is let's close this out. And I'm actually going to go over to Thinkorswim and look at my Thinkorswim chart for gold, because I actually have an opportunity to look at the actual gold futures report, which is a little bit more accurate as far as depicting the move of gold overall. And here we go here. All right. Each one of these blocks are set up this way. This is my hourly chart. This is my daily chart. And this is my weekly chart. And as you can see on the weekly chart, gold it's just been, hourly chart, it's been rising. Get a big bump up here, consolidation, big bump up here, consolidation. Like it's going to be another big bump next week. This is the daily. Nice old run. We broke past this point here, and then we started to move higher. Next point we're looking to break past is about right here. We should be moving higher after that. Go over here on a weekly. It just has room to run. We already broke this level. Looking to break this level. I can see it getting back up to 1377 and surpassing that eventually. Okay, so gold is definitely right. The weekly chart shows very, very strong momentum to the upside. And this is your TTM squeeze. As you can see, the TTM squeeze, when you have the light blue bars headed up, that's strong momentum heading upward. And as it's dying out, the light blue bars turn to blue, dark blue. And as they die out, and normally you'll come to a change. Sometimes you'll have a TTM squeeze, which is the red dots telling you that some change is about to happen. And sometimes it'll just go continuation. You'll just have the red dots on the bottom to start. The red lines on the bottom to start the signal downtrend. And then slowly but surely it'll turn yellow. And then yellow will turn back to blue. Normally, if it's continue to go in that pattern. And as you can see here, we got these strong blue bars heading up on the weekly. So that's telling me that for weeks at a time, we could be experiencing some up moves in the gold. Up and away. So looking for this to move much higher. We'll probably definitely surpass this. I'm looking to at least get up to around 1377 with gold. So I'm looking for gold to go higher. Right on this coattail. Right on the gold's coattail should be silver. Weekly chart of silver shows much strength also as well. And as you can see, we're right at a decision point for silver. I believe we'll continue to go higher. And then you can see it can probably go up to as much as 21. I think we'll actually get back up to this level. Around this 21, close to $21. Maybe we'll make it up there to 21.63 where we hit before. in 2014. So I'm looking for silver and gold to continue its trend higher. All right. And as far as crude oil goes, I think crude oil has a chance to survive, but I think it's about to run into some resistance somewhere. Right here is where we are now. There's some strong resistance right here. Very, very strong. So we're right here now with these 3 dots on a weekly. I think we hit that barrier, and I think we may have it may reverse. That's just my opinion. This is my opinion because it looks pretty strong. May test it and may reverse. The daily and the hourly charts look like they may be maybe about to run into some issues. We'll see how it pans out. But if you look at this hourly chart, got up to 53.76 and look like it's pulling back and maybe in some type of reversal pattern. We have to see how that works out next week for crude oil on the hourly chart. And the daily chart, it's like it's running to, it's about to approach a lot of resistance. Oh, this is a strong area of resistance right here. Look at that. All of this over here. Could not break past this barrier. This could not break past that barrier. And we're about to test it again. 54.32. We're about to test that barrier again. So if crude oil doesn't break past this barrier, it could be headed for a lot of consolidation like it did here until it can break past that barrier or break down and head back down towards here and try to make another run up. So we have to see how that plans out. It looks like gold and silver probably your best bets for next week, along with put options. And let me show you. I've been watching the weakness in this market since the S&P made it up to 2,400, and it could not break that barrier again. Got up to this 2,400 level, and every time I tried to make a run to make it back up there, it just couldn't do it, which was a sign to me that this was a level, was a psychological level that the S&P wanted to get to, and now it's in a correction mode. It's in a correction mode until it gains up enough steam to try to head back up to that 2,400 and test it. So with that said, you can start looking for some put options to get into, because if you start looking at a lot of plays within the market, you start to see some of the same weakness that's shown in the S&P. Take a look at let's take a look at Microsoft, for instance, if I can get this chart to show up. You got some of the same weakness showing, how it made it up to this as far as 66.35, and that was it. It's starting to peter out. It's starting to peter out. Starting to peter out. Even on the weekly, it's showing some weakness. They may start to peter out. You got these light blues headed upward. Then you got all these dark blues, and it's starting to level out here on a weekly. And you got dark blues at the end. That's telling me that this is probably ready to go south some more. Same on the daily. Hourly is already showing a red, one red bar at the bottom here, which is showing that it has some weakness. So what I normally do for training purposes, because I don't like to show my actual account, but I want to do this for training purposes, and I do this a lot for people that I train, is when I see weakness, I start to add put options. That's what I mostly trade, puts and calls. So in my virtual trading account, I added quite a few puts over the past week and a half or so. And this is the outcome so far. I have a put option here on Apple, one on AIG, two on AMD, one for 13 strike, one for 14 strike, one on AXP, expires July. I normally try to go out, even in my actual accounts, I try to go out several months out. Just gives you a better chance for better results. Citigroup had one there, had one on CAT. CDE is a call, which is a gold miner. And as you can see, that one's up so far with 2 contracts. It's up $130 right now. EMR, I got a put option on that one. Is at 0 right now, not doing anything. FedEx, I think FedEx is in for store for a great correction next. I think it's gonna continue. Between FedEx, some of these shippers and transportation stocks, I think those may have some issues going into the near future. I mean, going into the short-term future, I can see a lot of those pulling back. JB Hunt has earnings on Monday. I think even if they do halfway decent, I think that stock will probably reverse and go with the rest of the market. have GDX and GLD calls, and as you can see, those are starting to gain some momentum and getting an increase in value. I have one call here on J&J. For some reason, there's something I saw in J&J that I think it still may have a chance to get a little quick pop, even with this market going down the way it is. That's just my opinion. Could be wrong. But the chart looks like it may have a chance for a rebound. I'm just going to wait out and see if it actually does. I traded this one time in my actual account. Didn't like what I saw. I got out of it. But we'll see. We'll see if it has a chance to get a pop back up to that 129. I think it has a chance to get there. But histograms in the TTM squeeze look like on the daily, it's got some yellow here. So yellow normally means stock is trying to go the other way and gain some momentum for a move to the upside. So we'll see. So I have that one. And let's see what else we got in here in my bag of goodies. MA put, Ross Dress for Less put, SLW, which is silver Wheaton, which is a in the silver sector. That one's up a little bit, $70. SO, which is Southern Company, got a put option on that one, down $8 right now. SPXU, which is pretty much shorting the S&P, just added that one today. So that one needs some time to grow. AT&T put option, just added that one today, just up $2. VXX, which is the VIX, added that one today, up 25. And Wells Fargo put. So as you can see, the majority of the stocks I have in my virtual trading account are mostly put options, and as you can see, it's a lot of green. That tells me that there's a lot of weakness in the market for a lot of these stocks to be going down as much as they are. And then on my Thinkorswim scanner, I set up a scan that pretty much gives me the ability to search for stocks that I believe are going to go down in the way that are in a downtrend that I can possibly buy put options on. And this scanner that I set up, I'm looking for stocks that has a minimum of that's sold for at least $50 or more of a minimum. I like to see $50 or more for Pacific regions when I'm searching for put options. Volume at least 500,000 or better is what I like to look for. Parabolic SARs, which is what I showed you guys. Parabolic SAR scan. I want to know when those dots are above price, because when the dots are above price, getting ready to point downward, I told you that means the stock is headed for some type of downtrend, either short term or long term. So I want to at least have parabolic SARs above price. Moving average crossover. Normally our def cross is considered the 48 when a 13 crosses below the 48. I wanted to get an earlier signal, so I just changed it a little, tweaked it a little for put option searches. And I have my 5 exponential moving average line crossing below the 13 moving average line. Between that and the SARs together, I think that gives me like an earlier entry. And these are some of the scans that came out today at the close. Well, actually, I scanned it early today. These are some of the ones that came out. And as you scan through here, I got APC Cake, which is Cheesecake Factory, MDP Hall, which is Harley Davidson, MS Microsoft is in here, WLK. See if some ones you guys might know. Lowe's is in here. Showed up. Autodesk. It showed up. I'm gonna look at one or two of these to show what the charts look like. EOG showed up in here. Skyworks showed up in here. Let's see what else. Something that we might all know. UMP. All right. Home Depot showed up in here. BDX, SWK. Now, another thing that I do sometimes, because it gives you different results, I might change close to open. And it'll show you the ones that had, that look weak during the open today. You run that one, that scan. Gives me some of the same ones, but it might even add some different ones in here. Some of the same ones you still see. EMR, that's actually already in my virtual trading account. Cake showed up again. WCC, CBS, Lowe's showed up again. Going further, we have TCBI, Apple. Apple showing up here, you guys. There's some weakness in Apple, believe it or not. Even though you might saw some green on the screen today, it still has not got back above that 145 price target that it hit recently. Has not broke back above that 145 yet. Now we're gonna look at Apple too. So Apple's in here. Home Depot still in here. Boeing, which is one of the defensive stocks. I would think that one would be rising. FedEx and AGN. Let's take a look at Apple, FedEx, and Boeing and Home Depot. Let's take a look at those. Let's look at it on Thinkorswim, then we'll look at it on my stockcharts.com account. Apple. On Apple, here we go. Got a light blue parabolic saw. On the Thinkorswim TTM scan on the hourly. You got some light blue and you got dark blue, so it doesn't really look that strong. It shows weakness to me. And it's been trading in this range right here for quite some time. I think this goes lower. It's showing the red dot switch is showing a squeeze, a change is coming somewhere. We're either going to have a big move up or a big move down. That's what the hourly looks like. But if we look at the daily shows that it had a nice big move for quite some time. Nice big move, but now it's like it's petering out all the way down to the dark blue. I think a change is coming to the downside. That's what I believe. And if you look up here, you see downward pressure right here, downward pressure. Now let's take a look at it on stockcharts.com. Take the SPX out, put in Apple. I want to see what the parabolic SARs are showing me. And let's take a look at that. And voila, RSI, it was overbought for such a long time. Now we're trickling out. Boom, headed back below the 50 line of the RSI. Apple goes lower next week, you guys. This is my outlook. Apple goes lower. You see price is starting to break down. My 5 EMA is already crossed over the 13. Next level would be the 48 EMA. That'll be the death cross. I think it definitely drops below that. I think Apple, it could be in store for a big correction. We just have to see how it works out. Because there's a gap down here that Apple gapped up one time, and this gap was never filled. So it could be headed back to fill that gap up. If Apple goes back this far, oh my goodness, dude, it's definitely going to be a buying opportunity because Apple's going back up towards $150. If it drops this far, it'll definitely be a buying opportunity. But right now, put options is where it is for Apple. I have one put option actually in my grocery trading account. I'll probably buy one and put it in my regular account next week to catch this quick move on Apple to the downside. And as you can see, so we have RSI dropping back below 50. That's a sign of weakness. You have a cross, the 5 crossing over the 13. And that's like a short-term buy signal. If it crosses over the 48, that's a, even a longer-term buy signal. Longer-term sell signals. You have the parabolic SAR dots on top. It was on the bottom here, got up to that point. Now they're on top, heading downward. That's a sell signal. In your MACD, you have a bearish crossover right here, and then the red line is on top of the black line, continues to go lower. That's another sell signal. Wins percentage, just like the RSI, dropping below the 50 line. That's another sell signal. UI is pretty much an indicator that I use that gives you signs of volatility. These spikes, when these spikes go up, when these spikes go up here, that's telling me that the price is about to drop. The spike is going up there. If you go further, where I just showed you this spike up right here in UI, price dropped at the same point. Okay, so that's what I'm looking at on next week. So let's drop a couple more in here that we saw. Let's drop FedEx in here. And I want to show you that there's a lot of weakness in the markets. A lot of these stocks are going to be coming down. So it's a good opportunity for some good put options. And FedEx is really taking a nosedive already. Was at 199. Now it's all the way down to 184. If you imagine you'd have got a put option up here, wrote it down to 184. That's some nice money in the bank. I think it's going to break the 200-day moving average line and go further. Oh my goodness, I see a lot of weakness in this market. So if you haven't got your put options in your portfolio, start gearing them up if you are an options trader, because these put options are pretty much going to make you some decent amount of money. I have an AT&T put option. That one I have in my actual account. Just got that today. And it's still showing signs of weakness. Was at 42.19 at one point. Now we're down to $40, around about $40. I think it goes lower. Yeah, we hit that $40 level here. I think it goes lower, even though I see a dot on the bottom here, which says there's a near-term strength for the rise a little bit. It could maybe go back up to 41, but then I think it drops again. There's a bearish crossover in my rune indicator. Anytime the red crosses over the green on the top, toward the top side, that's a sign of weakness. So I can see this stock going just a little lower. It may even go back to the oversold area. So keep a look at that. All right, and let's take a look at one more. Let's see what else was on the scanner. Let's look at Lowe's. Look at Lowe's and Home Depot. And those are the last two we'll review together. Let's see here. LOW, which is low. So Lowe's is about to fall off the edge too as well, like everything else. Got the two dots on top. Lowe's is falling off the edge. Falling below your 5 and your 13-day moving average already, heading towards a 48. And it has a big gap to fill here. This might be a good put. It has a big gap to fill here. So we can at least drop all the way back down here where this gap is. Now $77. I'll probably get that put next week. That's Lowe's. Lowe's. And Home Depot. Let's take a look at Home Depot. Home Depot. You got dots on top. Those like old ones, so it may have some type of rebound, but I doubt it. It's also starting to trickle on down. So Home Depot also shows weakness as well. Already got a rune indicator crossing over the green in upward fashion. That's a sign of weakness. So this could be headed down as well with the rest of the market. All right, you guys, that's my market update for the end of this week. Hopefully, I shed some light on some things that you probably wasn't even looking at overall. Hopefully, you guys are ready to protect yourself in the event that this market continues to go the way it's going. Always have some protection in your portfolio. Put options, gold, silver, whatever defensive stocks you can put in your portfolio or strategies you can add to your portfolio to protect yourself from this downturn and still make money. All right. Hope you guys have a pleasant weekend. I will see you guys on the next video. Do some studying and some training this week to help yourself out in the coming future. Have an awesome day.